Hey everybody, here's my Craftsman tool haul from this past weekend at the Buren Swap Meet in Riverside, California. Everything here is Craftsman except for a couple things. A little slider breaker bar, and this one is interesting. I only got it because it's made in the USA and it's rusty, and I love fixing up rusty tools, but it's just really interesting. So it's like a mystery tool. Can you guess what it is? I'll talk about it at the end. Let's talk about these in detail. Well, I love the Van Buren Swap Meet. Good stuff. 75 cents to get in. Can't beat that. It's like half new stuff. Maybe 2/3 new stuff, 1/3 old stuff. So found some good things this weekend. So let's start off with this good old speeder wrench. So I only got this because I don't have one for my collection, but this one I thought was pretty neat. I've seen a bunch I've passed on, but this one has the V stamp with the kind of an older logo, but this logo I think is from that era between 68 and 85, so through the 70s and mid 80s. 3/8 inch, pretty neat. Probably will never use it, but it's good for the collection. And thanks to Jerry for giving that up. I don't know if it was that who I bought it from, but Jerry was a one-time owner of that one, so that's cool. Didn't get that. Next, let's talk about these big open-end wrenches. Yeah, these beefy. So these are from around the same time. They're nice and rusty. This one's pretty good shape, but this one is all rusty. I can clean that up really nice. But I don't have these sizes, so we got 1 7/16 on one end, 1 3/8 on the other. This one is 1 16 inch, so that's cool for my collection. That'll fill it out. The logos are similar, except I think this one's older. It's a little bit more spread out, according to my studies. This one's probably, because of this style S, Barnyard A, spread out letters. So pretty cool. USA V stamp. This one is a little newer. The logo's a little more close together. We got the V and upside down V stamp. All 4's in the US though. This one looks like it's barely used. Very nice raised panel. Pretty cool how you know, there's some subtle differences in these logos, but it gives you an idea of about when they were made. Otherwise, good shape. A little banged up, but that will clean up really nicely. Excited about those guys. All right, next up is this wrench, which I'm very excited about. Look how cool this is. So this is from a guy who didn't know what he had. I think I paid $1 or $2 for this thing, and you could see from the logo it has, I'll clean that up, but you can see that's the full underline logo. So that puts us right into the 30s for these logos. Late 30s probably. This is the vanadium version. It says vanadium right there. And I actually have same wrench, same size. So we got 15/16 on one end, 1 inch on the other. Same exact wrench, same exact everything, except this is the regular Craftsman. This is the Craftsman Vanadium. Same underline logo. You can see it a little more clear in that one. This one has an N4 stamp. This one does not. I think that's the only difference I see. Otherwise, They're identical. C1 on both. Forged in the USA. 1033C on the head. Very cool. Glad to add that to my collection. Just got this one, the vanadium one. Very cool. I'm excited about that. Okay, here's another one I'm really excited about because this guy didn't know what he had. This was a guy who had high prices on everything. He wanted like $25 for a ratchet from the 60s, and this was on the table for $7. And this is way older because of that logo. Notice the C? That partially underlined C. See how it's close to the R? This logo is, and in fact it's vanadium, is from the 30s and 40s. So this is where I place this wrench. This is very cool. 8-inch. It's got the wrench on the end, 9/16 wrench. S70, forged in the USA. Really good shape. Super stoked on this one too. Those were very cool finds. All right, let's jump into the two ratchets I found. So this one, not too old, but still I love this style. It's like an Art Deco style, smooth handle. Still made in the USA, VN stamp. This one is a round head ratchet, no quick release button. This is probably from the late 90s to the 2010, 2011 time period. Again, it's not the round head fine tooth ratchet from the previous 20 years. I actually found one of those too. But it does have 45 teeth, like the round head fine tooth. This one only has one paw instead of two that kind of ratchet back and forth. So it's not considered a fine tooth. But this is the kind, because of the round head, the teeth are built into the body. It's a completely different mechanism compared to the other Craftsman ratchets, but still very cool. A lot more detail on these ratchets you can find on Gearwolf's page, his YouTube channel. Very meticulous breakdowns in his history projects. Very cool. I learned so much from that guy. But this one, it's locked up both directions. I'm excited to take this one apart and see what's going on in there. I think I can fix it. All right, so let's see. All right, here's another one. 1/4-inch round head fine tooth ratchet. Very similar. This one's older though. These started in 1970 and ran all the way to 2008 for 38 years. That's an amazing run. This is one of my favorite ones. I love these. I have the bigger brother, the 1/2-inch right here. This one I cleaned up. It was in really bad shape. I'll show you a before picture. But both of these have the 1971 patent stamp on the handle. See those? The 1/2-inch has all three, right? The 2 plus the Canadian patent. The 1/4-inch only has the 2 at the bottom, and it says Canadian patented. Both from 1971 though. The 1/4-inch was only started to be available in 71. The 1/2-inch and 3/8 were available in 1970. So that's an amazing run for a ratchet. Super reliable. I've read that some folks say they've never lubricated these ever since they bought them. It's just amazing. But listen to that. You can almost hear those dual pawls working. Very clean. Love that. This one, bad shape. So I'm anxious to get in there and see what's going on inside. Very cool though, I love these. Okay, next, found this cool C-clamp, the bent handle. Love it, just had to have it. I'll fix that up, straighten it out, clean it up. Malleable, made in the USA on the backside. Otherwise in good shape if I straighten up that handle. Looks like the post is nice and straight. But what's interesting is this logo. So, not exactly sure, but at least on the wrenches, they use this logo, this non-stylized basic font logo back in the early days of like starting in 1930. Right, so like through the 30s, they had a couple different variations of this regular font on various tools. I don't know if this is that old, but that would be so cool if it is. I'll have to look into more of that. 66673. Very cool find though. I'm excited about that. It's a pretty basic tool. Allen key, 10mm. Not too old. Has the newer style font that's printed on the rubber handle. I doubt if it has anything underneath that rubber handle. And I only got one, so I'll have to look for the rest of the set. But this is nice and beefy. I could use this on my bike repairs. I like that. Found this little stubby screwdriver. I don't know why I like this. I don't have one with a little tiny, with a 3/16 inch head. I have this one that I bought in my set probably from 25 years ago. 1/4 inch, a little fatter. So I was kind of excited to find this one, even though it's completely melted. Probably unrepairable, but still super cool just to have in the collection. Kind of tells an interesting story. I just wonder and think about what happened to get it in this kind of shape. I love it though. I'll clean up that. It'll look nice and new on one end. Still usable though. Good for the collection. Alright, let's go through all the sockets I found quickly. I needed to fill in a bunch of my metric sockets, so I just grabbed a handful. Now for the non-Craftsman items, I got this slider, a T-slider breaker bar. This is a none better. I only grabbed it because my friend collects none betters, and I got this for him mainly because he gave me an old Craftsman breaker bar that I just love. This one was in really bad shape. I'll show you a photo of the before. But I straightened it out as best as I could. Got rid of the rust, and you could see, you could see very faintly here the C goes at least halfway underlined as part of that logo. And that puts it right around mid-30s when they were using this logo. So very old. It was in really bad shape. I mean, I had to take out the spring and ball bearing from the inside to get that working again. Totally replace the spring to get that working. But very excited about that. So I will give this one to my friend as a gift. Still a very cool tool. And then finally, the mystery tool. Such a cool thing. I had to look it up, of course. It says made in the USA on that side. Signode CU30, number 12 stamp there. I had to look it up. It is actually a strap cutter. I thought it was broken at first, but this is how they're designed to cut those straps off of boxes. Stick the strap in there, cut away. But very cool. I'll clean this up. I got it for like $2. Everything here was like $1, $2, maybe $3 for the big guys. But thought I couldn't pass it up. Found it on eBay. There was one listed for like $60. Some recently sold for like $30, $35. So if I can sell it on eBay, I'll pay for the whole lot. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, if you like this video, like, subscribe, share it if you can. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget, keep the dirty side down. Later.